Welcome to Living a Life by Design. It's the journey back to you and living 365 days of purpose with your host, Esther Graham. Did you know your accountability and possibility is by design? God designed a phenomenal life for you, gave you the gift of choice. Esther helps empower you to discover and pursue the purpose that is already in you. Are you ready to look at yourself and see your future? Then get back to what is really important in life and get in alignment with your true self. Stay tuned to Living a Life by Design. Journey back to you and start living 365 days of purpose with your host, Esther Graham. It all starts now.
Hey everyone, welcome to another show of Living Your Life by Design with me, your host, Dr. Esther Graham. And today I have a wonderful guest that I'm so super excited to introduce you to, Sharon Lee Williams. So I'm going to just share a little bit about Sharon. Sharon and I met probably about maybe almost 3 years ago. Of course, all virtual. And then we met each other in person, I believe, twice,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. But there was just a connection between us. Sharon lives in Canada and has this powerful story, just her energy and just who she is as a person. We just really connected. And so I'm honored because she has a very busy schedule that she has taken the time to come and speak with us today because she has so much to share. So I'm going to quickly read her bio because I don't want to get anything wrong. Then we're just going to have a casual conversation about Sharon Lee's life and everything that she's done. So Sharon Lee Williams is an OutRaised Voice advocate, producer, and host of OutRaised Voices, a platform amplifying stories of belonging, identity, and healing for those raised outside of their family of origin. Based on her lived experience in foster care and extensive experience in the music industry, Sharon Lee creates a stage for honest conversation and connection. Sharon Lee's new book, OutRaised Voices, Finding My Voice Beyond Foster Care, will be released, or maybe it already has been released. We're going to find out early this spring, along with her new single. So, guys, she's got a lot to share with us. So her work centers voices, not labels, and invites audiences to see resilience, humanity, and hope. So let's just welcome Sharon Lee Williams. Welcome, Sharon Lee. How are you?
I am great, Dr. Esther. Esther. I'm so happy to be here with you. Really happy to be here and see you. So,
Yeah, you always look so beautiful, and I'm super happy to have you here. I feel like if it's been a while since we've seen each other, or even really had a really good conversation. So we have to make sure that as the summer goes, that at
mm,
some point we connect if we're in the States somewhere together, right?
mm,
Or if I
mm.
come to Canada, if I come to Canada.
It's
Yeah,
always
which
that.
I might be coming this summer. But I don't want to we're just going to have a casual conversation. I just really want to talk to you about, uh, finding your voice after foster care. And I know, or your voice beyond foster care. First of all, let me ask you, did your book get released?
Oh, please. This book, eh, honestly, it is probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I don't know how a memoir goes. But it started like 20 years ago, and
Yeah.
then got put to bed and started up again a couple of years ago. So we're almost there. Honestly, I was speaking with the publisher today, but I'm trying to coincide the release of the single because the song I wrote the song a couple of years ago when I knew I was doing this memoir, and it's called Beautiful Mess. And
Yeah.
it really speaks to the idea of when I was aging out of foster care and what a mess I felt I was, and, going through that at that time. So to answer your questions, It ain't out yet, but soon, soon, soon.
As they say, it's soon come, right? It's
Soon
soon come.
come, soon come.
Yeah, it's soon
Yeah.
come. Perfect. Well, this is good because it leads me into my first question is, and that is, as a child in foster care, what were some of the messages you believed about yourself, and what was the turning point that helped you to begin rewriting your story?
You know, I don't, as a child in foster care, I mean, remember, I'm going to go back, I'm 76 years old. So in those
Wow.
days, we're also dealing with people who didn't really express
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so I didn't have an idea what I was missing. I knew about abandonment, but I didn't know the word. I knew I felt
yeah,
less than, but I didn't know the word. I was just not always unhappy, not always, but
yeah.
always searching why, was always the question, why? Because I knew I was a foster child. Why did my parents, my biologic, why did they leave me behind?
Mm,
Why hasn't anybody come back to get me, to save me, to
yeah,
love me, to hold me? Why? So those were my big questions, my understanding. So in that understanding it going forward, that I didn't feel valued and I didn't feel worthy. Even though, to some degree I was loved with my first foster mother, although that's not
yeah,
how she I didn't know that because
yeah,
her
yeah,
love language was entirely different than, what I would have liked.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's basically when did it turn around for me? I'm kind of thinking when hit about 40.
yeah. Okay.
When I really, well, I had a child at 39. I had my
Mhm.
child as a single mother at 39. And by this time, I thought I was going to be a single woman. I wasn't going to have a family. I just decided, I had bought a home when I was, my first house when I was 31. And it was a big year because I also met my biological parents at 30 and
Wow.
31, and then discovered that I had a biological sister
Oh,
about six
wow.
months later, from the same father. And my mother kept her. So
Mm,
not that they were together, but my mother, Betty, kept this child. And her name, this is a short story, but her name is Joy. And I remember when I found that out, I remember feeling like such a little kid again. Like here I was a grown woman. I had things. I was on TV. I was doing
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
And but I found that this girl that she kept, her name was Joy. And in my mind, I created a story. Oh, she kept her because and named her Joy because she was happy to have her and do. I had a story
yeah,
and I still wasn't worthy. I'm like a 31-year-old woman, still
yeah,
not feeling like I had done enough,
yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah,
So I don't really, even with all the, I would say successes or buying a home on my own or
yeah.
whatever it was still like armor and a protection and
Hmm.
I still didn't own it. It was just something I did. It's like feeling the fear and doing it anyhow, or I don't
Yeah,
know, maybe I was
yeah,
proving it to myself. And when I became pregnant, I knew, okay, I'm not gonna go into this with all this baggage. Let me start working on the baggage
yeah,
that I didn't
yeah,
necessarily know I had because I
yeah,
thought I was
yeah,
cool by that time. I'm cool, I'm making money. I
yeah.
got a house to do.
Yeah. Well, that's what success sometimes does for us too, right? It
Yes.
covers up. It helps us to
Hmm.
really avoid the things that's really inside of us that we need to unpack so we
Yeah.
can be whole, you
Yes.
know? Yeah.
Yes.
So it's amazing. 31, you're still feeling unworthy. That just lets us know that doesn't matter what age we are, if you're feeling unworthy, you're just feeling unworthy. And it's now going in to find out why is it exactly I feel this way and what is it I need to do? So I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because
yeah,
I had a voice. My voice
yeah,
was on stage. My voice was singing in studios, but I didn't
yeah,
have like a ground who I was. I
Mm,
had an exterior vision of
yeah,
what it was and what people
yeah,
responded to,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
you're going to hold on
yeah,
to that. That's success. I mean, I have a
yeah.
house, I'm
Hmm.
doing this, and then comes
Yeah.
a child comes along, or you bring a child into your life and you go,
Mm,
pull it together. Or at
yeah,
least that's what
yeah,
I said to me,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
together.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Let's dig deep.
Dig deep. I think many of us, and I think this is humanity as a whole, we tend to dress up on the outside,
Hmm.
and make sure our face and everything looks good. And not that it's not, but we tend to do that because that's, let's say, we use that as a covering sometimes. Again, as I said earlier, to really identify and really say, this is really how I feel about this. And it always takes something to happen for you. It was having your son like, whoa, I need to pull this together. Why? So I could be a better mother for my son, you
Hmm.
know, but it always, I feel, takes something to like pull us in to, for us to, I like to call it the journey back to you, for us to begin to take that journey back to ourselves, rediscovering, refining and unpacking it, who we really are. So I think that's just so powerful. Sidebar conversation real quick before we take a quick break, everyone. Sharon Lee said that she is 76 years old. Now, come on. Does she look good or what? It's like, yes, she just looks phenomenal. So you don't look 76. I was like, 76. Oh, yeah. So, yay. And I love it because 76 and you are still doing it. Like, you're not saying, well, I'm 76. It's time for me to stop and retire. Right. So you are doing it. So great, 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 great. Kudos to you. We will be right back. We're going on a quick break.
The Crystal Coach Show, sharing clarity, guidance, and practical wisdom with me, Anahata, every third Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com. On The Crystal Coach Show, we channel divine wisdom through stories of service, spirituality, and stones for self-care. Feel connected and reside in the vibration of love. For more information and to connect with me, visit thecrystalcoach.com. That's thecrystalcoach.com.
What if one decision could change everything? Cherise Evans, best-selling author of The Power of One, The 5 Essential Keys to Success, knows that transformation starts within. Let Cherise help you discover your authentic self and live with confidence, purpose, and joy. Whether you're ready to grow your career, your relationships, or your mindset, Cherise can show you how to elevate. Book with her today at shareevans.com.
Festa della Donna with Esther Graham honors all women far beyond a single day of celebration. Regardless of your race, gender, sexual orientation, or religion, Esther helps you rise to your full potential to live fully in God's plan and to do what you were divinely created to do. Festa della Donna offers programs that help you fulfill your dreams and desires. For more information and to get your free copy of the Festa della Donna Retreat Self-Care Guide, visit fdbwomen.com.
What if justice wasn't just about systems, but about the soul? Join us on the Spiritual Justice Show with me, Eric S. Lee, on the Transformation Network each first and third Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. We bring together leaders, healers, and change makers to explore a new vision of justice, restorative, transformative, and deeply spiritual. Find out how spiritual justice could be your missing piece to transformation.
Welcome back, everyone, to Living Your Life by Design with my very special guest, Sharon Lee Williams. We are going to continue our conversation. So, Sharon Lee, one of the reasons I think that I really connected with you and just really loved your story is that in my family, I have a brother, my younger brother, that was adopted several years after I moved out of the home, and my parents adopted him out of the foster care. By then, I think I'd already gone. I'd already gotten married, living overseas, and they adopted him. And then my sister adopted one of her sons out of the foster care system. And then my niece adopted her son out of the foster care system. And interesting with all of these stories is that their bio mom or their, parents kept some of the siblings and let these go, and always wondering why was that. And I look back to my little brother, who is extremely successful, very, just he's just a wonderful person. And not too long ago, I think it was last year or year before last, that he actually reconnected with his bio mom. And it was just a different it was just a really different space for him. And I remember us talking about it, and he said, because he now has a daughter, he's a single dad, but he said he had to make the decision that connection was not good
Right.
for him.
Right.
It wasn't, but he did remain in connection with his siblings, his bio siblings, which is really good. But it's interesting. And then of course the other two never reconnected with their bios, at least not to my knowledge. But so I was always interested, when I look at you and I look at your life and everything that you're doing, I always wondered, how does that feel like? And that really opened me up, just meeting you, to have a conversation with my little brother as to what was, I never even thought, but it was just so interesting for him to share and for him to talk about, what that felt like, and all of those different things. And how did it feel coming for us? We adopted him coming into a family, but before we did, he was the foster. And then my parents decided to adopt him. And then he made the decision to take on our last name. So that was really, so I think that's why I just really enjoy listening to you talk, and just, everything that you're doing, because I think it gives me to that connection. Long story short, I just met a niece, and she lives in Canada, and she was also adopted, right? And apparently her mom was single and never told, her bio dad that she was pregnant. And so I discovered that this was my niece, and she found my brother-in-law. And so it's just been a wonderful, wonderful relationship. Especially, she was adopted, and then her adoptive parents passed away. And so, but listening again to that story just always intrigues me, because I think that we forget that there is a whole community out there of foster children who has aged out. And what I found is that I'm meeting a lot of foster people. One of my good friends, Amy, aged out of the foster care system. Super, like you, Sharon Lee, super successful, super happy. And then went and reconnected with her bio mom and her sister, and for her all of her sisters were in foster care, and she went back and she got all of them. So powerful.
Beautiful story. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
it's so good. Yeah, and the different journey that everyone has gone through, and thank God, willing to share, like you're willing to share, because it helps others, and
Yes.
even people who've never experienced that personally, but it helps me to understand and to open up my understanding. And so, when you say you're finding your voice after foster care, what does finding your voice actually mean to you? And when did you realize that your voice matters? Like, you have a voice and it matters.
I am still, owning that my voice matters.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it does, but there's certain times that you have to reset the mindset, say, hey,
Yeah.
my voice does matter. Now, in terms of what it means to me, finding my voice, and I'm going to go back to when we have this voice. As
Yeah.
a baby, as babies, we have this
Yes.
voice and we cry unapologetically. We,
Yeah.
whatever it is we do. And then one of the first words we learn is no, no, when we're trying to, get our personalities happening. And then, of course, life kicks in, and we learn to silence that. So I could sing. The voice was, as I said before, that wasn't complicated. And I didn't know I could sing until somebody hired me. I didn't
Yeah.
know that that was a job, that I'd be able to sing commercials. That was a job that you get paid
Yeah.
for and I could buy a
Yeah.
house from. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
my voice found me, one aspect of it, the other one was still hidden. So finding my voice through experiences, finding my voice through chaos, and I would say even having having a child, not I wasn't prepared, so that is a bit of chaos that goes, oh, okay, now you've got to get into it now. You've got to
Yeah.
figure this out. You've talked about it. Who am I? Because who are we when the lights go down, as I always
Yeah.
say? When you're home alone, you're figuring, I'd come home crying in my own head, like not necessarily
Yeah.
crying out loud, but crying like, why did I say that? Why did I talk so much? Why did I try to make myself bigger than what I
Yeah.
was? Because I wasn't enough. I didn't feel
You
enough.
didn't feel.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I get,
Yeah.
so you get into a
Yeah.
situation and you're talking crap, and I knew I was
Yeah.
talking crap,
Yeah.
but I couldn't stop myself. I just wanted to be heard, and what I thought was being heard in any
Hmm.
way, shape, or form. And whether that's through relationships or love interests or whatever it is. So you
Yeah.
keep all of those experiences now, and the music and this and that, and becoming a
Yeah.
businesswoman, that's how I found my voice, and I'm still finding my voice. And
Yeah.
here I am at this age, still doing whatever it is. I'm television show, recording this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
People say, why don't you retire? And I go, retire from what? What exactly am I retired
Mm.
from?
Yeah. So good.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is I'm still finding it, because
Yeah.
this doing this with you is still new. It's still a voice. It's still, how
Yeah.
do I become authentic? Not become,
Yeah.
how am I who I am
I am.
with Esther? How am I
Yeah.
who I am with people I meet, and be okay with that? Be okay if I
Yeah.
mess up. Be okay if
Mm.
I
So good.
don't
Yeah.
say the right words and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
that's
That's
finding it
good.
beyond, because the voice I had in foster care was, I wasn't enough. I
Yeah.
wasn't good enough. I wasn't loved enough. I wasn't enough. But that
Yeah.
voice is gone.
Gone. And now your voice is, I'm more than enough. And I'm just going to be me. I'm going to be authentic. I'm going to be who I am, who God made me to be. This is it. Take it or leave it, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
I,
That's
yeah.
it.
Did you have anyone, like even in foster care or anywhere, that you felt that spoke into your life, or just
No.
kind of, yeah,
Mentorship, no. I think
mentorship?
that
Yeah.
I'm hoping that my guests on Outrage, that's what I think, that people help other people like you're talking.
Hmm.
You have to be made aware that you don't even know your neighbor has been
Yeah.
in care or kinship
That's
or
right. That's
uh,
right. That's right.
adopted. You don't know that because it wasn't a
Yeah.
voice that was, oh, we don't want to talk about. We don't,
Yeah. Yeah.
you didn't
Yeah.
belong
Yeah.
somewhere, because that
Yeah.
has to do with belonging. Uh,
Yeah.
somebody didn't want you, but that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Some people didn't want you, but they didn't want kids, but other people just did something they felt would be better for the child.
Or, yeah.
So that voice also says forgiveness. My voice also comes with the forgiveness.
Yeah, so important, so important. And I love how you also said sometimes you have to renew your mind, like you
Yes.
got to renew, and people think, oh no, it's continual. Renewing the mind is
Yeah.
continual. So you
Yes.
can continue to move forward, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that, not that I think, I know that what you are doing is really, people are, I think, just from outraised voices, they're more aware of the foster care system. I mean, I think people know there's a foster care system, but
Yes.
they don't know the foster care system, meaning they don't know the people, how the children may feel, what are they experiencing, all of those things. And I think you just really raise awareness to that
Yes.
someone may say, I want to get involved in this, I want to serve more in this area, right?
Mhm.
Everyone, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
What if your training isn't enough? The Multicultural Mindset Podcast invites counselors and therapists to unlearn the one-size-fits-all approach. This isn't cultural competence. It's a way of being that brings racialized experiences from the margins to the very center of care. Let's stop pathologizing Black pain and start challenging the system that created the bias in the first place. Visit newseasons.training to subscribe.
Festa della Donna with Esther Graham honors all women far beyond a single day of celebration. Regardless of your race, gender, sexual orientation, or religion, Esther helps you rise to your full potential to live fully in God's plan and to do what you were divinely created to do. Festa della Donna offers programs that help you fulfill your dreams and desires. For more information and to get your free copy of the Festa della Donna Retreat Self-Care Guide, visit fdbwomen.com.
There is more to life than simply surviving or even thriving. There's flourishing. High performance and quantum success coach Beth Larson helps you calibrate and elevate your life. Beth specializes in working with women who want more from their life, more energy, joy, passion, connection, and more meaning. As your coach, she will help you get clear about your life, prioritize what's important, and become a master of your energy. Visit BethLarsonCoaching.com.
Do you want to better understand and embrace neurodiversity? I'm Dr. Lori Noto, with over 30 years of experience working with diverse and unique individuals. Through my consulting and purpose-driven life coaching, I focus on empowering individuals with disabilities. My passion is advocacy, providing the tools for neurodiverse individuals to thrive and feel included in classrooms, workplaces, and communities. Unlock the potential of possibility, power, and purpose. Connect with me today at notoholisticconsulting.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So we are just having a powerful conversation, finding your voice beyond foster care. And listen, I was just telling Sharon Lee while we're on a break that, what she's doing is just really raising the awareness of children in foster care and what they experience and what, how they feel, but also how they could also be so successful, in what they're doing. And of course, Sharon Lee is a perfect example. So we're going to continue this, let's say, enlightening conversation, y'all. And I have to remember, Sharon Lee, that I'm the host because I'm listening. I'm like, oh yeah, I need to ask a question.
Well,
I'm like, oh yeah.
It's all good. I just want to say that, in terms of children, I always remind myself that unhealed children become unhealed adults.
Yes.
It doesn't
Yes.
necessarily go away like that. And also life takes its thing. So the healing I find for people, guests who come on the show, they have their own healing. It's cathartic for them to share their story and to feel that they're delivering a message and maybe being a mentor in some sort of way and possibility. I do want youth to feel that things are possible. There's a tunnel, there's a dark time, and then you got to find the light, make the choices. And they're not always right, but they're your choices.
They're your choices.
And I made some crappy ones, no question about it. And I also have to say, and I think I said this to you too, and I'm not particularly religious or not, but I'm very connected to God. I use God as my, So I have to say that I remember when I was going through some real dark times, and that was when that connection, I reconnected and I asked for help. So if you ask me about a mentor, that at that point and still is my mentor. I don't go to church, I can't say whatever, but that is my mentor.
And
I thank him, her, it, whatever, every day. I'm grateful to be here. We don't necessarily want to go through the struggles that we had, but those struggles that's who I am. It's not all of me, but this is what it is what it is.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
made a life from it. And I looked at the chaos and the anger and I couldn't live there anymore. I
Yeah.
don't want to be
Yeah.
angry and hateful and be a victim.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
choose to be a victim.
Yeah, so important. I mean, GPS, God is my GPS as well. Like, that's my mentor. That's who, you know what I mean? So I
Yes.
totally understand what you're saying. It's somebody that's gonna, I said the GPS system that's just gonna, you know, guide me, even
Yes.
in the worst moments, because sometimes you do feel so alone, but that's the person who's here to guide you and to lead you. One other story I have. So I'm an educator, you know this by trade, and so in my early childhood centers, we often have foster care children, and it always touches my heart. But I remember this one particular one, and I would give the foster mom and the dad a break and take this child. And my husband and I, we were taking steps to go ahead and adopt it, and someone beat us to it. And I was like so hurt. But um, and then since then our lifestyle changed, and it was like it just got so busy. It wouldn't have been healthy, because I wouldn't have been able to stay home like I did with my own children. But I guess I think it's so important. So the children that come in, you talk about that come in, I've seen some, and I've seen some that have left, and now they're adults. And you're absolutely right that some of the hurt and the pain they are still carrying. And
Mhm.
that's why, while they're young, if you're a foster parent out there and you're listening to this, please make sure that you're really serving your foster children from a good place, from a good heart, that they're just not money coming in, but you're doing it because you love and you want to serve them, and treat them like they're yours, like they're your bio,
Mhm.
right? And so, because that's what they need. They're there, it's not because of their choice. They're there because there's no choice. And I think what you said, Sharon, pointing them towards the way to where you're going to make mistakes, things are going to happen as you go out. But even if we're not in foster care, guess what? We all make mistakes. You're just like
Exactly.
everybody else. We all
Exactly.
make mistakes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So many people allow their past to define their future. Many of us do. How did you learn to honor your past without allowing it to limit your potential? And you've kind of spoke about this a little bit. Elaborate on it a bit more.
How did I how did I honor my past? Um, I don't know. I think that's an interesting question. How did I honor my past? Um, I don't know if I think by putting it in the book is one thing,
Yeah.
by acknowledging it, by having the show that says I'm not hiding
Yeah.
anymore, and by being who I am today, I think.
Yeah.
By being
Exactly.
who I'm still becoming, still
Yeah.
growing into,
Yeah.
still, I mean, I know it sounds to
Still
some people
finding
like,
your
"Oh,
voice,
it's, yeah, finding
you
my
know?
voice at 76."
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am. Yes, I
Yeah.
and I hope
Yeah.
everybody else out there is still doing that as well,
Yeah.
finding, becoming, because life is a challenge, but there's beauty and joy as well as the
Mhm.
dark clouds that kind of circle around. But so I look for a lot of beauty and joy, and I am blessed. I am really, really blessed to be in
Yeah.
the situation I'm in, to have health, to have, to be able to financially show up. So I know I'm blessed, but I also tell people I also made choices. I made choices. And I can't say that anytime you make a choice, it's going to work out. And it's not like buying a lottery ticket,
Yeah. Yeah.
but life is kind of like that. But,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
that's how I honor it, by being better than the story that I aged out with,
Yeah. I
better
love
than
it.
the story that people might have given me, because I
Yeah.
wrote in my book, my foster mother, who I call mother, one of the things
Yeah.
she said to me when I was young, she said, "Your mother should have drowned you." She said that to me. And I remember I was so young and I couldn't understand, and was thinking to myself, well, why would she say that? What did I do? Did I not make my bed? And that stuck with me for years and
Mm,
years, even when I was writing the book. And I thought, oh my God, that's come up. And that's a terrible thing.
it's a terrible thing to say. Yeah,
For a child to hold on to. And I
yeah.
didn't realize how tightly I held that and how I
Um,
used it and how my armor was so thick.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because when
Well,
people meet me, you don't see that,
yeah, yeah. And the thing about it, you are honoring it by the things that you're doing, by the, outraised voices.
Mhm.
That's how you're honoring your past. And I think you're also honoring it because by doing everything that you're doing, you're helping those. And everybody that you're really helping, you're not going to meet them and you might never see them or anything like that. But I think that there's thousands or millions of people out there that they're looking at you and they're listening, and so you're helping them. And I love the fact that you say, by acknowledging your story and telling it, that is how you're honoring it. You're not hiding that's from. And I think sometimes what many of us don't realize that there's power in our story. And so our story and what we have experienced in life, it's not just for us anymore, especially as we begin, it's to help someone else along the way, because it's a powerful story, and if we keep it to ourselves, then it dies with us, and then it doesn't serve its intended purpose, you
And I would
know?
say, as you know, I'm going to be a grandmother
Yeah,
shortly. So if anything, I said this story has to come out of this legacy because I don't know
yes,
how long I'm going to be around for a little girl, but
yeah.
she's going to have all this material say, oh, that's
That's
who
who my
grandmama was.
Yeah, I love it. And can I tell you, as a grandmother, that is like the best kind of love. You know what I
I've
mean?
heard. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a whole different type of love. It really is. And even on your worst day, when I see my little grandloves, I call them grandloves. When I see my little grandloves, they're like, oh, I just love them. I just love them. So yeah, congratulations. That's a whole other love, right?
Whole other.
Everyone, I know. We'll be right back.
The Crystal Coach Show, sharing clarity, guidance, and practical wisdom with me, Anahata, every third Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com. On The Crystal Coach Show, we channel divine wisdom through stories of service, spirituality, and stones for self-care. Feel connected and reside in the vibration of love. For more information and to connect with me, visit thecrystalcoach.com. That's thecrystalcoach.com.
What if one decision could change everything? Sharon Evans, best-selling author of The Power of One, The 5 Essential Keys to Success, knows that transformation starts within. Let Sharon help you discover your authentic self and live with confidence, purpose, and joy. Whether you're ready to grow your career, your relationships, or your mindset, Sharon can show you how to elevate. Book with her today at shareevans.com.
Festa della Donna with Esther Graham honors all women far beyond a single day of celebration. Regardless of your race, gender, sexual orientation, or religion, Esther helps you rise to your full potential to live fully in God's plan and to do what you were divinely created to do. Festa della Donna offers programs that help you fulfill your dreams and desires. For more information and to get your free copy of the Festa della Donna Retreat Self-Care Guide, visit fdbwomen.com.
What if justice wasn't just about systems, but about the soul? Join us on the Spiritual Justice Show with me, Eric S. Lee, on the Transformation Network each first and third Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific. We bring together leaders, healers, and change makers to explore a new vision of justice, restorative, transformative, and deeply spiritual. Find out how spiritual justice could be your missing piece to transformation.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. So glad, so super excited that you decided to join us today. We are having a powerful conversation with Sharon Lee Williams, and we're going to continue. I hope you got your notepads out and you are just writing down all and every information that you're getting. And later, we're going to have um, Sharon Lee share her information with you. So, Sharon Lee, I have to sometimes I pause when I say Sharon. I know.
It's okay. It's all
It's
right.
okay. All right. So today, right, you are successful and making an impact. What would you say to the young people once you were once, or to the child currently in foster care who feels unseen, unheard, or uncertain about their future? What would you say to that boy? What would you say to that girl?
So see, well, it's hard to say anything to youth who are going through it, except to know there is a light at the end. There is a light. There are possibilities, and you're
Yeah.
okay. Find a mentor. If you can, find a mentor, and you
Yeah.
go to the library, read up on read up. People need to
Mhm.
read a little bit more. Youth need to say, because what becomes our mentor when we're young? I know it's the street. If you don't have anybody, an adult in your life as a mentor, the street becomes your mentor. So
Mhm.
find a
Mhm.
mentor if you can, and know that you are more than enough. But saying that to a youth is like, oh, please, I'm in this hell right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hell can become heaven.
Yeah.
Look at the choices you make. Try to make those choices
Yeah.
early.
Yeah.
Try to just try to love yourself a little bit more, even though it's challenging. I understand. So I can't give you words of wisdom because I know when you're going through that, when you're young and going through it, it's just you cannot see the light, but there is light. There is light. There is light. There is possibility. There is hope. There is hope.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Reach out to, I think there is a lot of help in the communities now, but reach out.
Yeah.
I think with the,
Yeah.
the foster care system, and they have psychiatrists and therapists. Reach out. Don't, because I know kids get out and they just want to, I don't want to talk to anybody anymore. I don't want to blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear a thing about that. And what does freedom look like? So know some next steps. Know that you're going to be, some people are 18, some people age
Yeah.
out at 21. I'm not sure. It depends on your state. And I know
Yeah.
it's different in Canada, but just know there are possibilities. That I'm
Yeah.
not going to
Yeah.
lecture to anybody. Just know there's hope,
Yeah.
and believe that this, what is happening today to you,
Mhm.
is not the end. It's not the end. It's just
Yeah.
part of your
Yeah.
story. That page will turn. That that page will change. So
Mhm. Yeah. I love that. I'm going to share another story. Again, someone else that I met in the world of business and personal development and all of that. And so she was young, and her mother died right in front of her as a little girl, and no family. So she ended up in foster care, and she aged out of foster care. And she said when she aged out, she had nowhere to go. She didn't know what to do. And so she found a job, and it was at a fast food restaurant. And she just started, she had to get a place to live. And so she just looking anywhere that where she can get help from. And then so was able to get help. She got her job. She enrolled herself in a community college. And she said, I would go to school all day and walk in the night to go to my job because the fast food, she said, it was in a little town, dark. The fast food place would open till 2, and you would see these drunk men or whatever. And she said, I would sometimes carry a bat with me just in case any of them came to attack me, that I can you know, beat them down. She eventually got pregnant, became a single mother. But here's the end of her story. She worked hard. She found herself a supportive community. It took time, but she said, I didn't have a choice. She said, I knew I didn't want to live like this. She the same story. She said, I didn't felt like enough. I was too this, I was too that, I was too all these different things. She said, but I worked hard. And today she's a multimillionaire. And her business is because her mom was also a recovering addict, and that's what she was around, and all of that. She began to do work with people in recovery, and that's basically what her business. She started a few nonprofits and all of these different things, and then her own business. And she's a young woman, and so when you say find something, I think you can do it. There is light at the end of the tunnel. Make choices, and when you're making the choice, I think your environment is important. Surrounding yourself with a supportive environment, the people that are going to say, you can do this, you got this, you can do this, and not those who are going to pull you down or introduce you to things that's not going to take you anywhere. Yeah. And I think what you're saying is so important. You mentioned, believe in yourself, have hope, use your faith.
Yeah. Because
Use your faith.
belonging, when I aged out, and it doesn't seem to change, but they want this. If you have no place to go, if you don't have family
Yeah.
or kinship or something, there's belonging. You're looking for home. You're
Yeah.
looking to belong. Now, what are the choices? It's a lot of, and we know in the jails, a lot
Yeah.
of youth have been through foster care and have aged out of foster care.
Yeah,
Where
that's
is
right.
belonging? Belonging can be in, oh, well, this gang says I know what they got, or this
Yeah.
man who says he loves me, I
Yeah.
know that,
Yeah.
so understanding belonging, it's very hard to even say, okay, find a group. I don't know if the why exists. I don't know, really. Different places have different things, but seek it out, like you're saying. Find a group that can support you, and then say,
Yeah.
yeah, you go girl, you go guy, whatever, you go boy, you do it, you
You got
can
it. You
do it,
got it. You can do it.
got
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
me help you.
Yeah.
Here's the step. Find out financial literacy. Speak to someone and
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, you can work at wherever, but don't necessarily buy the $15 coffee.
Yeah.
If you're making $5, take $1 a week and put it away somewhere. I don't know
Yeah.
where you put
Yeah.
it, and let it stay there for a year. You have
Yeah. Yeah.
something. Do
Yeah.
something. Because but there are places you can go and talk about that, but don't be ashamed, that because we come out with so much shame, so we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
reach out for help
Yeah. Yeah.
because we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
trust help coming out. Who are you going to trust? These adults? And I met with adults who have been through like 10 homes, who were put in 10
Mm-hmm.
homes, who were raped, who were this and that. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. It's
it's
hard for you to
really
trust. Hard for
hard.
you to trust.
Yeah. Come out and trust who? Why? Why are you
Yeah.
telling me you go, girl? So
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack, but just trust
Yeah.
that there is a way through, there is a path through. Trust the hope, trust your,
Trust the process. Trust.
yes,
Yes. Yes.
yes,
Yeah, yeah. And know that what you're experiencing now or what you've gone through, that's what happened to you, but that's not you.
yeah, that's not you. Yeah,
That's not you. So always remember, even if no one tells you, know who you are. And right now, even if you may be feeling like you're not enough, you may be feeling just out there, just from, I'm just nothing. I'm going to be, but no, that's not you. That's a voice that wants you to believe that. And so I like to say, you silence that voice, you pause that voice, and then you use the other voice that says that you are powerful, that God created me and he doesn't create junk, that I am powerful. I believe in me,
yes,
it's like
yes,
Jesse Jackson says, I am somebody. I
yes,
can do this. And I think it's key that you surround yourself with people who will tell you that.
And repeat it to yourself.
And yes,
Repeating that,
yes,
get up and I am somebody. I am a
until you
story.
believe it.
Every day, look in that mirror and
Yes,
say something.
yes,
Say
yes.
something to yourself.
Say
Yes,
something. Yeah,
because
that
we
you
can't
can, that
always wait for people to tell
can't.
us.
No, you can't. And sometimes if you do, they may never tell you. That's why
Yes.
you have to
Yes.
tell yourself. You stand, get a mirror, look someplace and say, I am somebody.
Yeah.
I can do this. I can walk through this. I can make it.
Mhm.
And I like it, keep repeating it to yourself until you believe it, until you believe it,
Write
you
it as a
know?
song, write it, journal it, do
Hmm.
something. Your
Do
life is
something.
important. Your story
Yeah,
matters. We'd say that your voice matters. Tell
it
yourself that.
matters. Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah.
matters.
It
So
100%, 100%. So this has been a powerful story. Sharon Lee, please share where everyone that's listening can connect with you.
well, certainly, I'd love everybody to watch OutRaised Voices, and it's outraised
Definitely.
Traised because people say, is it outrage? No, it's outraised, raised outside your family of origin. You can find me on YouTube. Info at Sharon Lee Williams. .ca or OutRaised Voices, you can find me. And we'll do maybe, I don't know if you do links at the end of the show, but
Yeah.
there's
The link will be at the end of the show. And she's on Instagram, Facebook. Am I right?
everywhere.
On
Dr.
everywhere.
Esther, call Dr. Esther. She'll
Yep.
tell
You
you
can
where
reach out to me. I will tell you where she is. But the links will
and the
also
book.
be in there. The
Yeah,
book
look
is
for the
coming out.
book.
I'm super excited to
Yeah,
read the book. And
and the
so listen,
song. Yes.
yes, and the song, that and the song. So guys, we're so, thank you so much for joining us today. This has been powerful. Don't
Awesome.
forget to connect with me. All the information is there, and check out my retreat that's coming in October
Ooh.
in Costa Rica. Yay!
Oh,
Super
all right.
excited. Yeah, about that. So can't wait to see you there. What else do we have coming up? Our marriage mentorship also is beginning. So connect. Find me on Facebook, Instagram. Find me in the link. Take care. God bless you. Thank you, Sharon Lee,
Thank
again.
you. Thank you. Blessings to
Bye-bye,
all.
everyone. Blessings. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to Living a Life by Design, the journey back to you, and living 365 days of purpose with host Esther Graham. Listen or watch live every second and fourth Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. Discover that what is possible is already in you. God designed a phenomenal life for you. Esther helps you ignite that energy behind your personal journey for a deeper joy and peace, living 365 days of purpose. For more information on living a life by design, visit fddwomen.com.